Hello everyone. Okay, so I was telling I am going to increment the c. Okay, the problem is if I don't want to assign it as 1 immediately, but what I will do is I will say c is equal to c plus 1. What does it mean? This is the right side of the equation, this is the left side of the equation, right? So in the left side value is going to hold the new value of the c. Right side will have the old value of the c. I have told you these things. I don't know whether you remember it or not. Just know this, okay? So what is the meaning of this is the new c, the updated c value will be holding the old c value plus 1. So the new c value we don't know now because it is going to be updated. What is the old c value? 0. So old c value is what? 0. So 0 plus 1. That means new c value will become 1 when in the first iteration. So now you see at the first time it is pressed, I want the c to be 1, right? Because 1 should be stored. I said the number which time it is being pressed should be stored in an integer. I'm going to store here. So you see by adding plus 1, because c is already 0, by adding plus 1 c will become 1 now. So now my task is done. Okay, I have made the c to store which number of time it has been pressed. Okay, so user process, I make this integer as 0, 1. So that means in the memory location 0 will be removed and 1 will be replaced. You understand, right? I told all these things, what is variable and how it is being stored in a memory location, how the value is being stored, blah 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 things. If you don't know, you have to watch my previous videos and come back here. Now what? We want to control an LED, right? That is in pin number 7. So now what I will do is I want to switch on the LED because it is a odd time, because it's first time. I want to switch on. So what I will do is I will say, I'm sorry guys, I will say where were I? Okay, I will say again I will write an if condition. Okay, another if condition that also will be checked by the code. If c, if c, I can write if c is equal to 1, switch on. But the problem is if I write like this, c is equal to 1, let's say digital write 7, okay, high, I can write like this, it's okay, but only in the first iteration it will work. But I want the LED to be switched on in the third iteration also. See, third, fifth, for all the odd numbers it should be switched on. So in the if condition I cannot have 1. I want to say if c is an odd number, if c is an odd number, that means if this becomes true, odd number becomes true, if c is an odd number statement become true, switch on the LED. Why? Because that's a task. For 1 it should be on, sorry, for 3 it should be on, for 5 it should be on, 7 it should be on. Okay, that's fine. So you understand this, c is an odd number, but how can program understand this? How can Arduino will understand that? That is the way we studied a little ago. What is that? This modulo operator. So you know, if I pass x by 2, if the answer is 1, it is an odd number. So I'm going to use this formula. Okay, x modulo 2 means x divided by 2 and the remainder will be returning. So if I divide x by 2 and if the remainder is 1, I mean not answer, after the answer the remainder, the rest, this one is 1, this is an odd number. So using that logic I will evaluate which is the should it be a switch on scenario, switch off scenario. Okay, so I will say if c, see this, okay guys, if c modulo 2 is equal to 1, what does it mean? I will add a comment, if c is an odd number, I will switch on the LED. Okay, that means for first time iteration, now c is 1. So if you press 1 by 2, 1 modulo 2, then that means we divide 1 by 2, 0 is the answer because you know the answer, 1 by 2 is 0 and the remainder is 1, so 1 will be returned. Okay, so that means here 1 will be the answer for this. So that means the same thing, right? 1 modulo 2. Okay, there was a c modulo 2, c is 1. If the answer is 1, I switch on the LED. So that means if it's an odd number, I switch on the LED. Okay. Then I don't want to have an else. Instead, I will write an else if. Okay. Let's write the second logic also. What is the second logic? I have to switch off an LED in even number scenarios. Okay. So now you know what should be done. I will write else if C modulo 2 is equal to 0. Okay. I'm going to switch off the LED. That means what? Okay, let me come to that. Okay. Low. That means what? If C is an, so C can have only two choices, either odd number or even number. Even number. Okay. I can even have else scenario, but I don't want to have it because else scenario will obviously cover the even numbers. If it is not odd number, then it will be an even number. But I'm going to write an else if and also write the condition for this as well. Okay. So that means how to find it? C modulo 2 should be 0. So I will write if C modulo 2 is equal to 0, then please switch off the LED. Okay. So what is the comment? If C is an even number, switch off the LED. Okay. Wait, we are not done yet. Okay. So let's say I wrote this and first iteration is finished. Okay. And again while loop is running, the user has taken his hand, nothing is, he didn't press it again. Okay. So now now C value is 1 because it is made 1 already, he didn't press the next time. Okay. Now C value is 1. Okay, that's fine. So the problem is, okay, it is not being pressed. Okay, so it will not be coming here. So C is remaining as 1 because we didn't go here and again update the C because we are going to loop within the void loop. There will be no question. Now what is the if condition? This is true, so this will come and again switch on the LED. That means LED is already on, so again even though if it is coming and trying to switch on, it will be on, so nothing will happen. Will it go into the else if part? No, because it is not true, because C is an odd number, and again it will come and repeat, and suddenly user press it again, press the button again. Now C is equal to C plus 1 will be happening. That means C will be increased by 1. So now what is the new C value? Updated C value will be current C plus 1. So what is the current C value? 1, because we updated it right already in one of the previous iteration, and we keeps rotating here only. We didn't go and update the C to be 0. Okay, here. So the latest C value was 1. So now the C value is 1, existing value, and the new C value will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. Okay. So now the new C value will be 2. Now it will come out of the if condition and it will see whether this is true or not. So 2 modulo 2 will be 0 obviously because it is an even number. Okay. 2 modulo 2 will be 0 obviously because see 2 divided by 2, and what is the remainder? 0. That is 2 modulo 2, right? 0. It's obvious, right? So that means this if condition is false, so it will be the area of the if condition will be skipped and it will check the else if part. Okay. So 2 modulo 2 means, as I said, 0. So else if part is true. So the program will come here and it will switch off the LED. Okay. So in the even state, it will switch off the LED and it will come here and it will see, it will read, let's say you took your hand off, it will read, and since you didn't press it again, this if condition will not become true. Okay. So C is still number 2. So this if condition will not work. Again it will come into this if condition and it is already low. It will make again it low. That means low means it will keep in low state. Okay. So this is the flow. So if you check again with any number, okay, if the number is odd number, LED will be going inside this if condition, or this state will be true. If the number is an even number, code will go inside the if condition, or let's say this state will be low, true. That means for if odd numbers, LED will be on when you are seeing from outside. For even numbers, LED will be off. So you have to replace any number and see what happens. How many times, whatever the time you press, check. Okay. I will catch you up in the next video. There is more to learn on this, guys. There are more strategies. We will follow it in the next video, guys. Stay safe.